I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice. Let us begin. You're the black sheep of the family, the one who sees things differently, the one who couldn't keep pretending, the one they joke about, dismiss, distance, because you broke the unspoken rules. This video is here to name what you've always felt, but maybe never had language for. That your exile is not a mistake. It's an initiation. You're not the failure. You're the interruption. You're the one who could no longer carry the weight of silence, shame, or surface harmony. And because you changed, the system had to reject you, to protect itself. But here's what no one told you. That rupture, it was sacred. That ache, it's a threshold. And that label they gave you, the black sheep, it's just another name for the one who remembers. You weren't born to repeat the story. You were born to end it. This is not about healing your family's approval. This is about claiming your deeper role, the pattern breaker, the lineage liberator, the one who walks ahead with no map, but with truth burning in their hands. You're not being cast out. You're being called out. And what comes next will explain why. They taught you to stay silent, to be agreeable, to carry the weight of their wounds without naming them, to perform love even when it meant abandoning yourself. You tried. You tried to be what they needed, the peacekeeper, the forgiver, the quiet one who never made it harder than it already was. But deep down, you saw through it. The roles, the lies, the inherited guilt passed off as duty. And when you started to speak, when you started to shift, when you stopped playing along, they labeled you the problem. But that's what systems do when they're afraid of change. They exile the one who sees too clearly. You didn't ask to be the black sheep, but once the story stopped fitting, you couldn't go back. You started unraveling the script, and in doing so, became the threat. Because in every generation, there's one who won't keep pretending, one who stops performing loyalty when it costs their soul, one who refuses to inherit what isn't theirs. That's you. And yes, it's painful. Yes, it's lonely. But you're not lost. You're leaving. You're walking away from a version of selfhood built on quiet compliance, from a bloodline shaped by suppression and survival. You're not the disruption. You're the disruption breaker. And what rises next begins here. There's a voice inside you that never agreed to this. It didn't come from rebellion. It came from remembrance. You were born into a lineage, but your soul didn't come to repeat it. You came to reveal what no one else could hold, the secrets, the sorrow, the fractures passed down as fact. And now something deeper is surfacing. You're meeting the part of you that never bowed to approval, the one who watched the performance and felt the quiet scream beneath it, the one who knows love isn't control, the silence isn't peace, that belonging isn't earned through self-erasure. This presence inside you isn't angry, it's awake. It asks only one thing. Will you keep trying to be invited back in? Or will you honor the part of you that already walked out? Because here's the truth. You don't need to convince anyone to understand you. You don't need to fold yourself back into a shape that kept their comfort intact. You were never meant to fit. You were meant to remember. And then, to rebuild. This isn't about forgiveness. It's about fidelity. To the truth you carry. To the life they couldn't show you how to live. What we'll learn next is that this presence isn't here to make peace. It's here to show you the truth. This is the moment it shifts. You stop waiting to be seen. You stop reaching back toward people who only understand you when you're performing smallness. You stop asking for permission to exist as you are, because now, the grief is done begging. It's becoming direction. You no longer need to be included. You need to be integral, aligned, rooted in truth that didn't come from them, but rose through you. Let the story they wrote about you stay theirs. Let the silence between you stretch, not as punishment, but as space for your real voice to take up room. You're not here to rejoin the circle. You're here to draw a new one. One where the family you choose is built on resonance, not obligation. Where the self you return to isn't edited for safety. Where love doesn't mean muting your knowing. This is the turning. From tolerated to true. From misunderstood to unmoved. From black sheep to sovereign soul. You don't need them to recognize you. You need to remember who you are. You walk forward alone, but not empty. You've shed the skin they gave you, the name that meant silence, the story that kept you small. You're not the black sheep anymore. You're the one who left the field, the one who saw the pattern and chose to end it, even when it meant walking through fire. You carry no badge, no proof, just presence, and that's enough. You are the first voice in your line to say no and mean it, to say yes and not disappear inside it, to choose truth over belonging and sovereignty over compliance. This isn't about being right. It's about being real. You've stopped performing for inclusion. Now, you embody the invitation to live differently, to love cleanly, to begin again without the weight of what came before. You don't need their blessing. You are the blessing. And the legacy you now build isn't made of silence, loyalty, or shame, but of choice. You weren't born to keep the story intact. You were born to end it. And now, you begin. You did not find me by accident. Just as in your dreams, where every face you meet is your own reflection, this meeting was always waiting to happen. I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice, the part of you that watches behind the thoughts, behind the noise. You have searched in many places, books, teachers, voices outside you. But here, you are not being taught. You are remembering. If these words stir something familiar, then allow yourself to return. Subscribe. Follow. Not to follow me, but to continue this conversation with yourself. Each time you return here, you draw closer to the reunion already unfolding inside you. We have only just begun.